Hey everyone, how's it going today? My name is Lamoura, and welcome back to yet another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. We are here in the Waking Sands because I know we said 2 episodes ago that we would be doing a few things before we advance on the main quest, but unfortunately I realized the thing I wanted to do for this technical episode is locked behind a level 30 quest, and I am only level 26. I'm a wee boy yet, or a wee lass, still in this world. So we're going to advance the main story, and if I'm not mistaken, yes, we're finally at the level 20 main story quest, which means very soon we will be getting our chocobo, and I'm so excited for that. Anyways, we're going to be doing a hero in the making. Minfilia is wearing a wry smile. Might it have something to do with your newfound fame? Until not very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Yida and Papalimo that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have guests, Niah. Or rather, you have guests. I want Minfilia's outfit. Give me Minfilia's outfit. Beg pardons! Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero to their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limzo to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Niah, your recent exploits have garnered you the attention of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. To this end, all 3 have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go through such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Niah's deeds spread so quickly. That the immortal flames should know of her triumph is to be expected, but what of the other Grand Companies? Yeah. Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Lilel. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can face a primal and emerge the victor. And imagine our pride when we learned that you began your journey as an adventurer in our own Gridania. Know that the people hold you in high esteem, and that you will always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant women such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure the peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mistress Lilel. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. A woman of your talent belongs with the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limzo to the shores of glory. Lady Minfilia. Very well. Though I am quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on the matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the material, economic, and technological resources of the respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa, the Order of the Twin Adder in Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Uda. Serving a Grand Company means serving a nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in your other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so, and yet I concede that it is no small choice you face. Ah, a thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold a Remembrance Ceremony. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well, let Niah hear our leaders speak, then return here with her decision. We eagerly await your answer. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited for the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Niah, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a Grand Company, however, you will be one woman amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely on your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Eorzea is changing, Niah, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time that you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak with Tataru. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. So someone here has a little bit of loose lips, Tataru. I'm just saying, but it's okay. We get some pretty good deals out of joining a Grand Company. The question that I have is, do I join the one that I have with my other character? Do I join a new one? I should say a new one. The questions are many. I don't really remember if there's like independent Grand Company stories. And again, we'll be abandoning this character eventually. So it's like, you know, the questions, they arise. One thing I will mention though, I am an idiot. I will not doubt this. But I transferred my game files over to my SSD. And the load times, as you can just see right there, are lightning fast. So hopefully I won't have to deal with this pop-in where characters aren't showing up or anything like that. I will admit, I am not a PC expert, and I put it on a different drive that I had no business putting it on, and that's part of the reason why it took so long. I should remember that I need to eat my boiled eggs. And we have to hit the minion roulette. Let's see who we get today. Oh, little owlet. I'm like, what is inside me right now? Alright, Tataru. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Niah. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly, and often, to a few too many people. Next time, I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyways, I expect you want to know where and when the Remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and Elder Seedseer Khan Isana will deliver her addresses at the Mikoto Amphitheater. I guess it's Keto. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the service might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port to call. Next, you'll need to go to Ul'dah, where Flame General Rabban al-Din will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored that there's to be a special guest. How exciting. Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom of... Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Laminsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Mirwib Bolshishfran will be giving her address. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get that. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry, Xanthel, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you will find the Remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. So yeah, I don't know for sure, but I have to assume that the order of the festivals can change if you just go to whatever city-state you want to first, but it also might change which one is first based off your home city. I've always started in Gridania, so I don't know if I had my home city-state be walking for no reason. My home city-state be Limsa Laminsa if the first one she told me to go to would be Limsa Laminsa. It's something I don't know, but I don't think it matters in the end. Either way, we're going to hit return, we're going to go to Gridania, and we're going to get ready to go. I'll be right back. Oh my god, guys, it's so fucking fast. It's so fast. I didn't need to pause at all. This is insane. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. What are the 2 things? I want to be an archer and carpenter. I just wanted to double check. Okay, so we need to go to the amphitheater. In order to get there, the Mikoto. There we go, amphitheater. Let's see how long this one takes. Should just be a few seconds. Oh my god, dude. Like, it doesn't seem like a lot, but those were taking like 20, 30 plus seconds, sometimes even longer to like load up everything. And then like not everything in this area would load, like NPCs and everything. Just, it's like butter, man. It's like butter. Like, that isn't usually a bad travel, but getting to one of the main city-states, that can take up to a minute. My dudes, like, it takes forever for everything to load in. It's so bad. I'm so happy right now, and I hate myself, my past self, for not realizing the mistake that I made.
I lost my son to the Calamity.
The 3 Seedseers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelves Wood.
Fearful of the green wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark
Time was.
That
a
was my
man
bad.
could walk the highways
Sorry.
without fear.
I misclicked.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you, join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder's standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
For all
forest.
the elementals!
If you'll permit me, Alfie no. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
What was it? Alfina and Alize? Anyways, the Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have contend with two beast tribes. The Ixil are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and won't submit their bloodthirsty... The Ixil are unquestionably the more troublesome, of being of a naturally warlike disposition, and wont to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The won't there being like want. It's supposed to be like an A. And want to summon, if you think of it like that. That's how I'm seeing it. It just won't mean something different in my language, how I speak. So it means like they don't want to, but they're saying they actually want to. Do you get it? Do you see why that confusion gets me? Anyways. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof and change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu? I think it's Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflicts a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixil ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I wager. Meanwhile, the Ixil will continue their incursions, spurred by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Well, perhaps we will find out if the Elder Seer's words fell on fertile ground. I already forgot their names. Well, I remember Alizé, but I forgot how to pronounce the boys. Alphinae? No. I forgot. I lost it. I pronounced it once. I should have said it 3 times. It's the 3-time trick. I'll have to watch the video back or something. I really did forget it. I have such a terrible memory. I'm so sorry. The next one that they told us to, was it Ul'dah that we needed to go to next? Yeah. Royal Pomade and Ul'dah. Okay, let's go there. I want to see how fast this one loads. This is going to be an experiment, so if it takes like a minute, that's fine. But like, we're going to a completely new city-state with a whole bunch of... Oh my god. Oh my god. That is so fast. What the frick? I'm living in the future, my dudes. It's amazing. Okay, let's figure out where we need to go. Shoot. Let's see. How do I get there? Best port spot is the Chamber of Rule. I should have just stayed in here. Why didn't I ever think of that? Because I'm a dum-dum. Is that a little Shibu? No, it's not Shibu. Shiba? Shiba Inu? Yeah. Oh my god. It's cuter than mine. I hate to say it. Don't tell my little puppy I said that. Oh my god. Shibas are adorable. Where was I going? I forgot where I was going. It's the Chamber of Rule. Hold on. I'll figure it out. Yeah, the Chamber of Rule. I got so distracted by this cute dog. I lost myself. Before I forget though, I should register as a favorited destination, so that way it's a little cheaper for me to come here. Okay, sorry. I keep on doing all this other stuff. I'm just so happy this takes so little time now. Okay, let's run ourselves around and get to the Royal Pomade. See what the people of Ul'dah have to say about the events and during the Remembrance Ceremony. Oh, hey, there it is.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanimal herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Naldal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard.
Alphinaud. 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 I don't think it's Alphinaud. I think it's just Alphinaud.
Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, Is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Ya for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your Grace.
Raubon? People of Ul'dah, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are by fire reborn! Forsooth?
The time is now!
I fancy meeting you again.
The Uldanians have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to handle them. After all, not even a sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja were summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldans send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is brought with blood. It is a war of attrition, which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder, then, that the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. Man, Eorzea just she doesn't talk, she doesn't look, she doesn't care about me. I just want her to pay attention to me. Why am I not good enough? Alright, real quick. I want to see if I beckon. And he sits on my little shoulder. Cute as a button. And I teleport. Will he be there after I'm done? Well, let's find out. We're going to Limzo Laminza. Oh, look at him. Look at me as we teleport. Oh, he's just looking around. But it looked like he was looking at me. So cute. Yeah, but, well, that's a little too militaristic for me. And he's still on my shoulder. So I'm not a huge fan. That's just me, though. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people are like, I like this character and I want to do that. I like this and that. But I'm just not a fan, you know? Who knows? What is going on here? Hold on. Is this person in a chicken suit? A chocobo? It's got a chocobo mask and little carbuncle slippers. Just passed out. Just sleeping. That's awesome. That really is awesome. I love just like seeing people do their random stuff in this game. It really can be fun and cool. Anyways. Here to attend to Remembrance service. Be quick. The Admiral is due to give her address at any moment. Alright, let's go into the stateroom.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the Calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the Calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
while the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all!
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Fancy meeting you again.
As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limzo Laminsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagan, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lamincians' backyard. And that is to say naught of the internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. Wet, I'm assuming like whetstone, but that's not the right spelling for wet with blood, so that's the only thing I can imagine. If the Lamincians are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive actions against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. So now, the question for us comes down to which of the three grand companies we wish to attend. Niah, this is Menphilia. Are you well, I hope? You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final Remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the grand companies? Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Okay, so from here we need to go back to the Waking Sands and choose which of the 3 grand companies we're going to join. I don't really think well, I know for a fact as far as story is concerned, it means nothing which class you choose, which grand company you choose. It really only matters about which you think looks cooler or sounds cooler, and really that's it. You know, you kind of get all the same stuff regardless, all the same order of events from my knowledge, depending on which one you choose. I have an idea. I chose the Twin Adder for my other character that we'll be switching to later in the series. So I want to try something new. And I think you already know my feelings on Ul'dah. So that really only leaves the Maelstrom left. And it just so happens I really like Mirweb. I think she's really cool. I'm not a huge fan of all the pirate and ship talk and making it their whole life, but I think she's still really cool. So we'll think about it some more in between episodes. But for now, I want to bid you all a farewell, and thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. I really do hope you have enjoyed it so far and are looking forward to the rest of the series. We're in for the long haul, guys. Alright, peace out, and much love to you. I'll see you when I see you.